Man, get the hell out of here, man. One Piece chapter 919. Oda just went full on Back to the Future, Dragon Ball, Android Saga on us, man. So let me get this straight. Did I read this right? Raizo, Momo, they're all from the past. They're all from the past. Oda just introduced time traveling into a pirate story. You know what? If this was any other series, this lets you know Oda's built up goodwill with me, okay? If this was any other series, I'd have been like, what the fuck is going on here? But Oda's built up the goodwill with me. I'm gonna trust Oda knows what the hell he's doing. Cause no wonder Zoro said, like, when I found out the truth myself, it freaked me out. No wonder Zoro was looking over at Kiku and like, he was like, yeah, she's definitely hiding something, all right? No wonder Zoro already knew the story. So much my whole thing is saying that, you know, Zoro was going to be playing hide the sword with Kiku at one point, man, because, you know, that's an old woman. That's an old prinkly, pruny woman, man. Like, this is like the big question right here. And I'm going to ask this before I go further into the review. So if you come from the past and you're coming into the future, does that mean that the pussy ages that long? Like, these are questions I need to know. These are questions I need to know, man. Like, god damn. But yo, on the real, man. So I like how the chapter opens up and, you know, Oda just pulls the wool over your eyes because you don't think you're going to get anything this serious, okay? Like, at the end of the last chapter, like, oh, okay, we're going to meet the ghost of Wano. And it's like, well, maybe Oda's kicking it further down the line because it opens up and you got who Luffy likes to refer to as Horselina, even though it's actually Miss Speed and she's somebody that works for Kaido. She's got Tama on top of her back and Luffy's like, hey, make sure you take care of her. You know, that's my little girl right there. Make sure you take care of her. And Luffy's waving at everybody and everybody's, you know, saying, thank you, Luffy. You brought food here for the first time. We haven't eaten this good in a very long time. One of the old men is saying like, hey, man, you know, I'm going to be able to make some really good memories before I finally kick the bucket. You know, you even have a law basically saying, I can't believe we're watching pirates do good things for people. And, you know, it's one of those times where you just put a smile on your face because you just see how Luffy, it goes back to what I've said for a while now. Luffy is changing the definition of what it means to be an actual pirate. Not all of them got to be, you know, murderers and looters and all this other stuff. Luffy is in love with the idea of a pirate, which is not being beholden to cultural norms and doing whatever the hell you want to do. Like, I think that's what makes Luffy's pirate's journey so crazy. You have the hero's journey, you know, this is going to be Luffy's pirate's journey. I thought that this was cool, man. And the other thing is I like how, you know, Kiku just invites herself to go to the castle of Oden, and she has her internal monologue where after she says like, this one always wanted to see Oden's castle, you know, you get this moment where Kiku is saying like, you know, Luffy and his comrades, they're good people, but I don't know if I could trust them. And if I return there and they're not who they're supposed to be, if I read it right, if they're not who they're supposed to be, there could be trouble. And Luffy just sticks up for her when Zoro's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? Luffy's like, hey, she can definitely hold her on. You get the line where Zoro's like, hey, you know, she's definitely hiding something. In hindsight, you know, it's one of those things where Zoro already knows the truth about Kiku being one of those people from the past, which would explain why Kiku is flinching when Zoro says like, nah, she's hiding something. The only thing that's kind of throwing me off is like, Zoro's got a wicked smile. And if it was just something as simple as, oh, Kiku's from 20 years in the past, I don't think he would have this wicked of a smile. This is one of those smiles that he would wear when he's getting ready to fuck with Sanji. So there's something else going on with Kiku. I can't put my finger on that one. I'm leaning towards saying maybe I'm just reading into it too much, and this is actually Zoro saying like, look, man, you know, Kiku is from the past, but I can't tell you yet because it'll ruin the surprise. And what I like in this moment is how, you know, you just get the history lesson, and Oda's telling you another political lesson, which is when it comes to history, history is always in the hands of whoever it is that wins the war. They're going to decide how current events are remembered in the future. And you get the teacher basically saying like, hey, you know, we're a closed nation. You know, we practice isolationism, and that's for the best. So when you have open borders like that, it leads to some very bad things. Children, you don't want to be in a world where your country is open borders and the kids are playing games and they're talking about how, oh, it's your turn to be vanquished and everything. And you just see this is how it starts. This is how it starts when you can have children accepting something that should be wrong, but they're going to accept it because that's all that they know. And so I thought that that was really cool right there, how Oda just kind of slips that little bit into it as well. And you get this whole backstory about how the current shogun was one of the people that chased out the people from Oden's castle and the different samurai there, and that he was told that there was a curse that happened 20 years ago. And the whole time that he's explaining all this, Nico Robin is being undercover and, doing her geisha thing. And, Nico Robin's getting all the information that she needs. And you find out that the Shogun is terrified because he thinks that tonight is going to be the night where all of those men come back from the dead. And that's when you get it to where Luffy shows up at Oden's castle. And once again, you see how Kiku is just breaking down into tears, which is an interesting thing. And you also get this other moment where you see the actual headstones. I guess that's the wrong word. I can't think of what those things are that are planted into the ground, but I'm gonna call them headstones because Western culture after all. But that's like the most Western American thing ever. Like, I don't know what that actually is, so I'll just call it something in my culture. So that's a headstone, and I'll find out what it is after the fact. I've seen that somewhere else. Like, I've seen that like in Kung Fu flicks or something like that before. But like, it says Raizo and Momo, Kin'emon, Kanjuro, and Luffy's like, why do they all have graves? They're not dead. What's going on here? Is this why we couldn't get in touch with them? And Law's making it sound like Kin'emon is one of the ghosts that comes out at night. Then Luffy's getting pissed off and he says like, no, I told you he might be out the bathroom at night. And that's when, Law and Luffy and them, they start chowing down on the actual food because the food is actually safe to be eaten at this point. And that's when Momonosuke shows up with Nami. My man's in full pervert mode. Like, oh, it's Nami. You've made it. My man ready to grab some big old titties, man. Like, I like how Sanji and everybody, they kind of show up. And, you get this really, really brilliant reuniting of the Straw Hats, man. Like, it doesn't last for long, but like the back and forth banter completely works. Law is looking on as Sanji saying like, look, we went to the beach for you first, but should have known you were getting into shit, but at least we knew you were alive because your VV card was still here. And then that's when all of a sudden Luffy says like, hey man, just cut the shit, okay? Cut the shit, Kin'emon. You can trust us. After everything that we've done, you can trust us and tell us the truth. What's going on here? And that's when he drops this whole thing of, we're from 20 years in the past. 20 years in the past of Wano. So my question to you guys, my chapter question to you guys is, how did you feel once you got to the time travel portion of One Piece? What are your thoughts about this? I'm kind of split, but I'm willing to wait and see how Oda's done it, because anybody that can do 919 chapters and hold your attention deserves the opportunity to play out the story the way that he wants to play it out. So I'm kind of going into this with an open mind. So I want to know how you guys felt when you got to this part. Maybe I'm overreacting a little bit. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.